Hello, beautiful Geminis. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. I am so happy to have all the Geminis here with me today. Happy March, happy Pisces season, happy soon to be Aries season. I hope this video finds you guys well. I just sat for the Libra readings and good Lord, it was a heavy message. So I had to recoup after that. Let's see what we can get for the Gemini gang out there. For my Geminis, this is going to be a general tarot reading for the month of March, roughly. As we know, energy is free-flowing. Don't put a fixed start and end date on it, right? Take the messages, receive them as they are here, and apply them in your life as needed where necessary. Not everything I say will be your message. It is up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. I ask that you only take away the messages that resonate with you, Gemini, that serve you in some capacity, that motivate you, inspire you, illuminate you to something new, or confirm something you needed to hear. I come with these messages with love, with positivity, so I'm hoping that that's what you take away from this. But ultimately, you are in the driver's seat always. All right, anything that does not resonate with you, feel free to drop it like it's hot, right? That means it's probably a message for someone else. Do have faith that if it doesn't make sense in your story, it's probably a message for someone else. Someone else needs to hear it. So again, use your own discretion as you take away messages. Everything else that you will need to know about this video is written in the description box below. That includes the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram, and .com. If you want to swing by there, check some other things out. Let me shuffle one more deck for my Geminis and we will hop in. My beautiful Gemini gang, however you guys resonate with that sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Geminis, even the cross watchers, you guys are always welcome. Who's peeking on a Gemini? A Sagittarius and a Capricorn are, I can tell you that. Bottom of your deck. And maybe another Gemini too. You got the lovers as well. All right. Geminis, roughly for the month of March. Messages for their best and highest good, my Geminis. My beautiful Gemini gang, month of March. General messages for Geminis. All right. One more card. All right, guys, let's do it. So yeah, you have messages coming into you, rapid, swift messages. It may be, it could be romantic offers, but I have to be honest, it doesn't seem, well, okay, it could go either way. I was going to say it doesn't seem like romantic offers that would necessarily be for the long term. It's someone who finds you very sexually attractive, or this could also represent you putting out mass amounts of emails or mass amounts of resumes. If you're involved in some sort of business or project where you're sending out your album to multiple people trying to get a record deal, this is all in metaphor, right? I'm just giving you an example. It's like you're putting stuff out there rapidly. It's like you're throwing anything and everything at the wall and hoping something sticks. So it's not necessarily being done with precision, but to be honest, I'm not getting that it's done sloppy. It's just, I'm getting there's, I don't know why, multiple copies of something. So you're putting it out there and you're putting it out there and trying this one and trying that one. It seems like you're trying to get a bite back. And I do think it does have to do either in terms of love and romance or career. So I would caution you if you're looking for romance. Okay, this could be you swiping right on every profile. Do you know what I mean? Or if you're on dating apps and it's just that kind of I'll take anything mentality. That's fine, but no going in, you're probably not going to get the long-term catch. If this involves more putting your resume out to a job, I do actually think that will be lucrative. You have King of Coins coming through, that's King of Pentacles. So whatever you're working towards, it seems like you are looking for value and stability. So again, if you were going after something because you have a creative, I just heard impulses, but that also sounds sexual. But no, a creative skills or a body of work. And again, you're putting out applicants or resumes or it could be the opposite, multiple things coming into you. Maybe use your discernment to go after the one that offers you the most longevity, legacy, long-term potential, stability, and opportunity for growth over time. And I mean, even the way it's depicted, though, this does have kind of a very sensual love type thing going on. So with King of Pentacles, the earthly king is all about the physical body. So yeah, I mean, maybe you're just having a lot of sex, Gemini. It's absolutely possible. And with the devil coming up, that could also indicate sexual passion. It also is the card of Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Nights always bring change and movement into our life, and this is my rapid night. Very swift, very passionate, very excited, right? He carries the wand, which is sometimes what we consider the boner card, essentially, or the magic wand. So creativity, passion, sexuality, excitement. What it does seem like you guys are moving towards something, or the opposite, someone is moving towards you with passion, with excitement, with curiosity as well. Usually my Page of Wands is kind of like my curious, in awe and wonderment of all the beauty that life has to offer. So it seems like that was sort of step one of like, oh wow, a world of possibilities. And now it's like, I'm going after that one. It does seem like you are making choices on a lot of things coming in or going out. Then you have your card. I love that. Could also represent another Gemini in your life. But yeah, there may have been a shift in focus on where you're extending at least your mental energy. I know that's kind of a confused, that's kind of an awkward way of putting it, but you do have a couple cards indicating that you are at a crossroads. So with Wands, which way do I want to go with something? And then with Swords, sort of weaving through like the mental gymnastics of making that decision. It is a card of Libra, so if we think of the scales of Libra, weighing out the thoughts this way or that way, what is the correct choice, what is the correct decision. Also sitting on the information. If you have tons of messages coming at you, if you're getting lots of romantic suitors or lots of job offers, this does indicate you're not actually making a snap decision, which I think is very good. I think it's very healthy because there's a lot on the line. That's what you're moving towards. The King of Pentacles is a heavy energy. It's like a heavy player in terms of whether this represents romance or money for you. And it can be either. Or it could be, some other project or whatever, right? Whatever it is, it's a heavy hitter. It's a king. It's not a page. It's not a knight. It's not a queen. It's a king of pentacles, of coins, of money, of pentacles can represent your health, your home, tangible objects in your life. Whatever it is, there's a lot of it. It's been growing over time. It's been developing sort of behind the scenes. So yeah, it's awesome if you're going after something with zest and verve and energy and excitement. But because what you're going after does have I just literally keep feeling the weight of the card in metaphor. I don't know how else to say it. There's a lot on the line. So I don't say this to put fear in your heart, but don't blow it. If you're going after, all the dreams and all the wishes and something that something you place great value on, something that would be very important in your life, make sure that, again, how I was saying, you're not just doing it the sloppy way. If you're throwing stuff at a wall and hoping something will stick, that's one method of doing it. But if you have your eyes set on one particular person and one particular thing, yeah, why not go about it a little bit more practically to make sure you get your ducks in a row, so that when you especially if you're the one making the offer, that it packs a lot of bang and gusto, if that makes sense. Because yeah, you don't want to end up disappointed. You don't want to end up heartbroken if this is something that you've been working towards for a very long time. Yeah, I mean, it is your wish. It's your wish fulfillment. Potentially you're walking towards a Virgo, another Earth, well, this is an Earth sign. I was going to say another Earth sign. You are air, Gemini. But yeah, a Virgo or a Capricorn, you may have your sights on that person. And so, yeah, I guess with Earth energy, they are not going to be as fast acting as you. You are like the Knight of Swords, Gemini, so you are the fastest moving knight in the deck. You can be very headstrong. When you set your eye on something, you want to go after it again with verve, right? With action, with passion. Because you have the Queen of Cups in reverse, something about an empty promise or an empty offer. So, okay, because you're rushing in and potentially making an offer to someone, it's something about your energy is overwhelming them a little bit, and they're not certain that it's coming from a good place. And I think it is, but Mercury's in retrograde, right? There's a miscommunication of the cup you're offering. In a higher vibration, the cup is full to the brim, it's full of love, but because you're presenting as a little bit scatterbrained or something about haphazard, it's being done in a very the speed is incredible, and maybe your words are getting mixed up, or someone is not fully understanding your intentions. They're not sure they want to offer back the communication to you because they're not sure where you stand. With this in reverse, there's still a lot of mystery. Even the moon in general, whether it's upright or whatever, this is a card of Cancer ruled by the moon, the Queen of Cups. They're not exactly sure where you stand, and so they're not sure if they can take you seriously or not. They're doing a lot of internal thinking about this because this person is probably single, and they've probably been, especially if they're a Capricorn, they're very dedicated to their work, and they're not just going to put it on the line for anybody. They're not just going to risk everything that they've created. And I don't know if it's a business partnership, merge bank accounts, or if it's romantic, or it's kind of all over the place, Gemini. I'm even a little bit confused by this message. But yeah, the person that you potentially, and this could always go in reverse, but I am sensing you're the one kind of putting messages out there. Your person has gone through a lot of healing. They themselves are still kind of in the process of moving away from heartbreak. They could have had a Queen of Cups in the past that broke their heart, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And so, yeah, especially if you're moving towards an earth sign, they're still doing a tremendous amount of healing and kind of getting their ducks in a row. They're aligning with their wish fulfillment. Your stories are actually kind of mirrored, if that makes sense. But yeah, they have a lot of cards indicating like, I don't know how else to say it, like solo energy. I don't think they're with someone, which is great, especially if you are making a romantic offer or trying to, form some sort of collaboration where it's just the two of you. The wheels, I think, will turn in your favor, but with all this earth energy presenting, again, King of Coins, Capricorn energy, yeah, there's with the devil, it's kind of like a little pun. It's like there's a devil may care energy if you just want to rush in and save the day or get the prize or accomplish the wish or the task at hand. But yeah, it's something about it's painfully slow, waiting for this person to come around. But yeah, okay, this is actually beautiful. What's under the Wheel of Fortune? Again, the Wheel of Fortune. I just sounded like Rain Man when I said that, but I wanted to emphasize fortune. It's fortuitous. It's good. Even though some of you are doubting in your mind that this person would give you the time of day or that, or their lack of silence, you're all in your head about it, like, oh, they don't like me, they're whatever, like they ghosted me, they're going to forget about me, they don't take me seriously. It's not that, it's just they're very slow moving. They are presenting, I think, as King of Coins as well. I do think that's what you're going after, so this could represent you hearing back from a job. What's under the Wheel of Fortune, again, it's painfully slow. Something about like the turning of like a wheel it's just like you're waiting for it to come to you and it's painfully slow. Anyway, what's under that as I ramble? King of Pentacles, that's the same card as the King of Coins. So what you're desiring and sort of, I will say this, Gemini, romanticizing, the way it's depicted with a rose, there is something very sexual, and I just heard juicy about this. And so even if that represents a job opportunity, it's almost like you can taste it, and it is a little bit devil energy in that like it's sort of getting the best of you. You're hell-bent on getting this in a certain way or by a certain date. And I want to refer back to that, like, what is that little saying? It's like, the best way to make God laugh is to make a plan. That's sort of what I get from this. Like, as much as you're desiring this and wanting it, it's not that it won't come to you because I think you're passionate and driven for it. But there's something about you being, I keep hearing words like luscious, vicious. You going after this, determined and hell-bent on making it yours, maybe by a certain date. I do want to say by like a timeline. I don't know, and like it just came to mind like Valentine's Day, like, and we're way past that, so I'm wondering what the next, deadline would be. Maybe it's just you need a job by a certain date. I don't think it's going to come to you exactly at the right time you're anticipating, but what you're headed towards, King of Coins, the job opportunity, the earth sign, the romantic partner, the recovering from a difficult bout of health or whatever it is, right? Getting that apartment, signing on the dotted line. It's coming, but it's a painfully slow process. Hang in there, but also don't give up on the fight. Don't lose your drive and energy, but also don't burn yourself out. Don't spread yourself too thin. Anticipate that going after this in a hell-bent manner may not actually be the right way of doing it. You just want to make sure you're allocating time to take care of your health and your body and that you're not burning the candle at both ends. Because when this does come in, it's going to be fortuitous. It's going to be potentially quite abundant, especially if you are looking for a job or a money, pentacles and good fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. More Sagittarius energy. You have several cards indicating Sagittarius. So yeah, if you're looking to be employed with a Sagittarius or something like that, it could be romantic. This person is still, here's the thing. This person or this opportunity, they're still weighing out their options. And it's not necessarily, this could go. I was going to say, it's not necessarily a third party thing, but then the marriage card is underneath. For most of you, though, it doesn't feel like that because they had so many cards of, as I said, singlehood coming up. They have so many cards of like healing and kind of getting their own life together, getting their own ducks in a row. They're being very careful of the decisions, again, the crossroads, the decisions they make in terms of the long-term commitment. This is like the priest, the pope, the hierophant, right? The leader of the group. It can indicate marriages. So potentially down the line with King of Pentacles, this can sometimes be my husband card or my like career executive card potentially. This is sort of swinging romantic, but I do want to emphasize this could have to do with a career as well. They're not making a decision in haste because I think they did that in the past and it didn't serve them well. So they're coming out of a state of imbalance, mental imbalance. And I don't mean that in a sick kind of way. But yeah, something sort of tipped their scales in an off direction. So as they progress forward and make progress, as they realign with their wish fulfillments, their dreams, what they want in their future, what's going to make them happy, they're not going to jump at the first offer that comes at them. And even the way I said they're not going to jump, you Gemini seem to be like this, I heard leapfrogging energy. So yeah, okay, with that, just be careful you're not rebounding from person to person to person to person, because somewhere along the line, something or someone comes in your path where you've put it up on a pedestal, and in a sense, rightfully so, because you see great value and potential in it. But I just keep wanting to return to the fact that you may be spreading yourself too thin or not focusing enough energy in the right area. I know that's so vague, but I'm having trouble grasping at why exactly that's coming through. Something about the 8, it's like you have the one wand and you're spreading it into 8 different avenues, 8 different people, 8 different jobs, 8 different children. I don't know what that is. It's almost like this King of Pentacles, whatever that means to you. They're going to take you less seriously if you know, they're going to take you less seriously if they know that you have your hand in many cookie jars, if you have multiple sexual partners, if you have multiple connections to jobs that are already requiring your time. I'm trying to put it in terms of like the business thing. So even if you, this is a weird message, but even if you sort of have to put a veil over the fact that you do have options, if this one means a lot to you, mum's the word. I would be very careful of not indicating to this person that they're one of many, because here's the thing, it's not a shady tactic. I think this one means the most to you. It's not you lying to get someone into bed even though you're sleeping with 9 other people, for most of you. Especially for my cross watchers. I'm trying to put you guys at ease. I think this is the one that you want, Gemini, but I guess, yeah, you're open to other avenues of opportunity because, you know what it is? I think that you don't think this person is going to come around. I think you don't think this person is seeing you or acknowledging you or hearing you. And so because perhaps you also have been burned in the past, you're very hesitant to put all your eggs in one basket. And I'm not one who typically promotes that idea, investing all your time and energy into one. And I'm not necessarily, especially if this has to do with love, right? You need to be at the center of your world, the center of your universe, not somebody else. But I guess it's also using discretion and discernment of being impatient because you just need the hit, you just need the fix. There's kind of like an interesting like drug metaphor here of like, just give me the needle, doc. Like, hopefully it's not anything like too hardcore, but there's a lack of patience here, and because of that, you're more susceptible to getting dragged into lower vibrational energy. It could also represent alcohol abuse or addiction in some capacity, so just be really careful with that. There's a need to prepare yourself mentally for some disappointment along the way, but to also not think that that's going to be your story forever. Just because you were rejected once or one person broke your heart, there's no need to overcompensate, or I just keep wanting to use the word rebound. You guys get what I'm saying, right? I keep circling around the same thing. I hope this is making sense for some of you. Change your focus. Focus on you. Focus on progressing your career. Focus on progressing your self-love, because it's already like you've planted the seeds with this person, whether you've texted them or applied to the job or sent your resume or confessed or professed your love to them, whatever. You're awaiting the results, and while you're doing that, rather than wasting your time on other avenues that it's not really your main passion, it's like all your side piece energy. Don't be afraid to wait for the right one to come along. This is a process of strength and endurance for yourself, Gemini. As you're rebuilding yourself, this opportunity or this person that you hold in very high regard, that is potentially in alignment with your dreams and your wishes, they too, or it too, is going through a restructure, a rebuild. And that's when you guys come together. When you both are good on your own, that's when the universe that's when opportunity beckons. Yeah, you guys are both being led down a spiritual path, and it hasn't quite intertwined yet. It isn't quite at an intersect, but it's going to be. There will be a coming together of you and this job opportunity, or you and this person. It may not be for the long haul, but whatever you're headed towards, it seems very steady. So if you are looking for legacy for the long term, yeah, make sure you are investing your time and energy in things that you hold in high value, you hold in high regard. Don't settle. That's what this is as well. Taking any opportunity that comes at you, throwing a million things at the wall and hoping that something will stick. Well, what is it that you truly want? Of all these options, of all these opportunities, are you casting a wide net because you truly don't know which one you want? I don't think that's the case. I think you know exactly what you want, so why waste your time on all the others? It's a very convoluted message because, I am not the tarot reader to tell you to, if this is your person, spend all your time thinking about them and don't date around. And that's not how I read cards. I don't believe in that, so I can't preach that on my channel. But there is something about wasted efforts on things that don't actually mean that much to you. What is your challenge or focus, Gemini? New vitality. Ooh, I love it. Getting your true colors back. Sticking to your guns. And okay, that's what I mean too with this. If this is what you want, if this is what you hold in high regard, an unwavering, an inflexible mentality of going after it. Particularly if it does involve a Sagittarius. They are the card of Temperance, which is frequently shown with a rainbow. This always makes me think of the song True Colors too. I said that in someone else's video. Cyndi Lauper. All right, let's see. Judgment, yeah, a rebirth, and then 8 of Swords, and the Sun, or a Leo. Some of you may be going after a Leo, or there's a Leo that you hold very precious. Oh yeah, this is actually so cute, you guys. There's a Leo that you hold very precious in your hands. Something about handle with care. You're going about it very, very delicately, and yet in a sense, there's a lot of messages coming through. You don't want to get burned. You don't want to get hurt, because I think that's happened to a lot of my Geminis in the past. But you see potential in someone, and they're like this little ball of light in your world. They're a source of warmth, of love. This person cares about you tremendously, but you are so caught up in your head and worried that you're going to screw it up. Or you're worried that you don't deserve it, even in a subconscious level, particularly in Pisces season. That's when we're getting all these major downloads from our subconscious. Some of my Geminis haven't even realized that you yourself have sort of painted yourself in a corner or put yourself in a mental prison of thinking that you don't deserve love, or of thinking that all your history up until this point is going to continue to be your future, and it's not true. You are starting a new chapter. You are going down a new road. There's newfound value placed on yourself, of the love you deserve, of the income you deserve, of again, valuing your creative skills and talents. The love you have to offer, and the way you're able to unite groups of people and bring them together in love. Some of you are musicians and play instruments, and or whatever it is, your skill, your talent. It promotes love. It puts self-love out into the world. It may even have to do with promoting, the song True Colors. I don't know how to say it. Like gay and lesbian relationships. Because the song True Colors did sort of become a gay anthem, and rainbows are all about inclusivity, right? All walks of life, all colors of the rainbow. The messages you're sending out, what you are putting out through your megaphone, if you will, Whatever it is you want to deliver to the world in terms of a project, it's about inclusivity and it's about love and it's about people coming together and something about shared experiences. They welcome your words. They welcome your healing. Some of you are light workers. The way you speak, the way you write, it's you connect to people through their heart space and again the shared experience. In metaphor, it's like your craft, your skill, your talent. You offer a helping hand to someone and it makes them feel like they are not alone. Ooh, wow, Gemini, this is a powerful message. You help other people who are lost in their own lives, who are lost in their own thoughts, people who've thrown in the towel, who've resigned themselves to like a life of solitude or a life of this or that. Again, kind of a dark headspace. There's something about you shed light. You yourself, Gemini, you offer warmth to them. It's very interesting. Someone that you project, as I'm saying, you hold in high regard, but you've almost put them up on a pedestal. What you value about that person, although they're so great and they're so wonderful or whatever, this job opportunity is so great, it would make all my wishes come true. You actually hold that light in your hand anyway. You very like magician vibes, which does have your energy, Mercury energy for Gemini. You yourself have this magic, this light about you where you are able to make important changes in the world as like a light worker. Whether you believe in sort of that term or not, you have an ability to spread and give warmth to, I do want to say, groups of people who so desperately need it. Some of you may be involved in like social work or working with children or families of abuse. You may be teachers. You may be counselors for those struggling with addictions. Yeah, it's like you show them the light and guide them down a new path. And that's where you're going to connect with this person that I think you hold in high regard, but this is sort of asking you to focus on your own magic right now. Some of you are like absolutely musicians, just with these two cards coming up next to each other. Not my standard definition of the Judgment card, but just the way it's depicted here. You guys, your music is healing. Some of you may do something with your voice or with, you may be like sound designers or sound engineers, and even in a way that you don't even realize, you have a skill that could actually help and heal people. You allow people to change their focus and move on with some sort of new insight or information about finding true happiness and love in their life. People who are sometimes guarded or feel very spiteful about the hand in life that they were dealt. It's almost like upon meeting you and having these very like intellectual conversations, you are a healer, Gemini. You are a light worker. You offer them love and insight and you set them off down a new path to their happiness, their sunshine, right? Sun is indicative of children, of childhood, rebirth, renewal, and the card of Leo. That's what I mean. There's something that you have your sights on that you hold in high regard, but that's how other people view you. What a beautiful message this is. Fuck yeah. I love this message, Gemini. You offer warmth to people who don't have it, particularly another Gemini in your life that you may or may not have met yet. That could be the next person you're meeting on your spiritual path, and there could be a really beautiful collaboration there between you guys, particularly in business opportunities. I think romantically, a lot of you have your sights set on an earth sign or maybe a water sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn being earth signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces being water signs. I do think there's either a Gemini or an Aquarius, maybe a Taurus that you're going to collaborate with creatively in something involving this like healing work. And again, I know that's not for everybody because some of you are watching this going like, I'm not a witch. I'm not a light worker. I'm not a healer. Like I'm not the hippy dippy thing, but you might be and you just don't realize it yet. You just haven't, you haven't gone down like the full spiritual path where there's sort of like self-realization of like, just like, holy shit, I'm a witch. Oh my God, that's hilarious. You're a wizard, Harry. All right, moving on. The help available to you. Guys, what is your wish? What is your dream? What is your wish fulfillment? Ask yourself why. In Pisces season, this is a Pisces card, by the way, it's not so much about action as it is self-realization, self-reflection. We think of Pisces, it's the Hanged Man card. It's delay, it's stillness, it's pause while you live within your dreamy subconscious energy, right? and get in tune with what it is that makes your heart happy. You know, Pisces is a water sign. That is cups in tarot. That is love. That is faith, spirituality, creativity. It's okay to press pause in Pisces season as long as you're doing the internal work, right? Understanding, what are my wishes? Even if it's just like in the next 6 weeks, the next 6 months, the next 2 years. It doesn't have to be forever and ever. But right now is a good time to align with your spiritual self and ask what it is that you really want and why. Is it coming from a place of codependency, of fear, of being afraid to go after what it is that you really want? What aren't you happy with, and what do you want to change? What is it that you want to move towards? Some of you already know there's a lot of things you want to move towards, and that's fine. It's okay to have many wishes and many dreams, but don't spread yourself too thin. Don't burn yourself out too quickly. Again, in Pisces season, it's very slow kind of moving. It's the fish swimming in the circle. It hasn't quite broken free from like I will say the comfort zone. That is coming, right? In Aries season, it's all about action, fire, motivation, passion. But it's almost like before you move impulsively towards something just because you think it might be good or you feel like it could be a good option, in Pisces season, really like take it in, almost like medicine. It's something about letting like the waters of healing rush over you. Make sure you're in alignment with what you want and for the right reasons. Make sure you know why internally you feel like you're going after this, because you may change your mind. Especially about potentially a romantic partner that you've put on a pedestal. It's not that they're not a good person, but you may actually realize what you built them up to be, they're just like an average person. And so with that, you are completely valid. You are completely good enough for anyone, Gemini. A lot of you don't believe that. So you may choose to go after them and it may be reciprocated. You may get an offer from them, but I will say you may also change your mind because you may meet someone different that you're like, oh, I like them even more. And it's something like you're not intimidated by them. There's the person that you may be romantically interested or even the job, it may come at a very high price tag. This person, and if it's not that, they might just be very wealthy and well off. And so even subconsciously, you're like, oh God, like I'm barely paying rent. I don't think I could ever, again, false beliefs, negative thoughts. It's holding you back. You need to focus on your own life because that's going to help lift your spirits and align you with the right people. Make sure you're taking care of your health and your body in Pisces season. Anyway, I digress. The help available to you is your dreams coming true, aligning with your dreams. You have the Star card too. This reminds me of that. We're coming out of Aquarius season into Pisces season, right? You've done some healing work in Aquarius season and you're thinking long term, right? What are those dreams? What are those wishes? What is it you're hoping to accomplish? And as I said, what is no longer serving you romantically, emotionally? You know, what cups have been like tapped? Like there's no more water coming out. There's no more love. There's no more emotional enjoyment or fulfillment. It's time to focus your sights on the new cup, on the fresh opportunities. That's not only going to fill your heart with joy, but fill your bank account with income, right? That's what it is. Those two things will coincide. Especially if you're working at a job you don't like, something about going after even a side career or a side hustle or something, some skill or hobby that brings you joy, that eventually could be quite lucrative, but yeah, there's a need to bring them together. Even temperance, the blending of opposites. A lot of you very much separate your business, your career, and then like your fun, your social activities, your friends group. There's something about the merging of the two. It's going to open your world up. There's going to be some sort of dream or wish attached to the merging of something you like or love and the income you could make from it. But some of you, yeah, you're very, very conflicted internally because you haven't figured out all the details yet. That's what I mean. You know what you want, but you don't know how to get there. So again, in Pisces season, this is a timestamp, the moon in Pisces season, before you go after the first opportunity that offers itself, before you lunge and leap at anything that like they're willing to feed you, anything that they're offering as nourishment. This is all in metaphor, right? Work through that internal conflict so that you know what cup to go after. So when it presents, you don't sit there going, do I want it? What if I don't like it? Like, you will recognize it when it comes, when you know what you really want. And there's something about freedom there. Again, working with children, potentially a Leo or Aquarius could be involved in this, or maybe a Pisces, possible. Particularly if you have a parent who is a Pisces or an Aquarius, they may shed some important light on the subject or guide you, be very insightful about not settling. There's something about you, Gemini. You're expensive, and that's a good thing. You're not just gonna jump at the first person who tells you that you're beautiful or the first person who tells you you're talented. Like, you should know that anyway. You don't need other people's praise. You don't need other people's permission or validation. You're expensive, so make sure you treat yourself that way. Don't jump at the first offer that comes to you. What's coming in for you is success and growth. Again, earth energy over time. It's going to develop over time. So if you haven't already, start planting those seeds now. Yeah, know your value. She's my single ladies. This is my Beyonce card, right? The self-made man, the self-made woman, she sits in her, or stands, right, in her lush, abundant garden that she has created herself. You are meant to go out and do something on your own before romantic partnership or business partnership comes into your life, because you need to be standing on your own 2 feet. It's something about not relying on the favors of other people. You have to kind of be like in warrior mode. Nose to the grindstone, be very hell-bent, be very determined on what you wish to accomplish. But again, do it in a capacity that isn't sloppy. Work out the details. Sit in that energy. Work out like your feelings, where your emotions sit, what it is that you really want. Yes, some of you have a Sagittarius coming in and you're leaving behind a Capricorn, or vice versa. You're leaving behind a Sagittarius and welcoming in a Capricorn. That person as well is presenting as 2 of Wands, which you had earlier, and I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, it's saying the same thing. You guys are mirroring each other's stories. Oh, there it is. So there's some sort of crossroads or indecision. Again, in Pisces season, let the information rush over you. Your psychic abilities are heightened during Pisces season, so be an open, how do I want to say it? An open channel of communication from source, from spirit, from your angel guides, your spirit guides, whatever you believe in, God, universe. There might be important psychic information or downloads coming to you that are going to help nudge you in the right direction on your path. You will never make a wrong choice. You will get to the destination eventually. That's what the Knight of Pentacles says. But yeah, I would not limit yourself to a certain timestamp of when you're going to get that job or when you're going to get that romantic offer. Go out and live your best life. Focus on your own health. Start making executive decisions for your life, for your happiness, because there is something really beautiful coming into you. But it's when you focus on yourself that the universe is like, all right, let's give Gemini some options. Like, this one's really tasty. This one's really luscious. And as I was saying, that was sort of what was coming up with this opportunity that you have your eye on. It's very sexual, but it's like you can taste it. That will come in eventually. Like, the universe is going to... It's like they're going to feed you. You will be nourished. You will have the right sustenance to keep you thriving and growing. But yeah, you are being asked to kind of go down a new spiritual path and align with what it is that your heart really wants. With absolute clarity, right? Knowing what you want, even if you haven't figured out all the details, that's okay. It's like even in darkness, the moonlight is guiding you. The star in your lantern is guiding you. That small star in your lantern eventually becomes the star in your sky. Like it blows up. It lights up. It suddenly becomes illuminated. It's that little light inside you that's guiding the way. That being your passion, your love, your desire. Keep following that, Gemini. All right. This is a long video. Wrapping it up. You have your own card, which is badass. Yeah, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces. Goodness, I just forgot. Virgo. Those signs are looking good. You have several cards indicating earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Choose wisely. Be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. That's exactly what I was saying with, I lost my wands. Where did my wands go? All this. It's okay to have options. That's cool. But yeah, don't over allocate your time into a million different things. Be a little bit more discerning on what it is that you're going after. And safety. Don't be too proud to go back to shore. Try and try again. All right, Gemini, that's what I got for you. Let me know down below if any of this resonates. Please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye. What's up, teacups? I have a small little announcement to make, an exciting one. I am going to be participating in a tarot expo. It is going to be March 21st and March 22nd in Burbank, California, so the Los Angeles area. If you live in LA or are going to be in LA at that time, please swing by. It's going to be a fun little expo with multiple tarot readers. For those who follow YouTube and are familiar with different tarot channels, Ramblin Mike, the granddaddy of tarot as they call him, he is hosting it. He is putting all this together. His people are kind of working behind the scenes to get everybody all together in one room. It's going to be lots of fun. Multiple readers, including one of my favorite readers, is going to be there, Molly from Behind the Limb. Shout out to her. Can't wait to meet her in person. I'm so excited. And I'm going to be there, the Intuitive Teacup. So if you have any interest and are going to be in the area, please stop by. There's going to be all the description down below somewhere here. I'll give you all the information there. But yeah, please stop by. We can read your cards. We'll see what the universe has in store for you. And it should be a really good time. Hope to see you there. Bye.